soldiers entering the compound of the Guardian Media Limited in search of a suspect yesterday afternoon. It happened moments before an unidentified person called saying there was a bomb inside the building which houses CNC3.
Tonight, more details of what prompted the action, as we can now confirm that the suspect was inside the building at the time the military officers came searching and when the bomb threat was actually made. Samson Nanton has more.
The Military Investigations Unit is now looking into the questionable circumstances that preceded a bomb threat on the officers of the Guardian Media Limited on Monday. But as the investigating officers met with Guardian Media's management today, we can now confirm more details about the operations of soldiers on the premises just before the threat was called in. It all happened while Dylan Bandy Skeet, a man wanted by the military for questioning into the murder of soldier Coyote Thomas, was at the time inside the building speaking to reporters at the Guardian newspaper. Skeet is not wanted by the police. He had made arrangements to meet with the Guardian during the day and had indicated he would arrive in a red Mazda vehicle. Two staff members who had direct contact with the soldiers on Monday told the investigating unit what transpired. One, a security guard, recalled two men dressed in military gear rushing into the car park towards a red vehicle with their rifles in hand. The security guard then inquired what was happening and was asked by the soldiers how long the vehicle was parked there. The guard replied, "It's been 6:15 in the morning." The second witness, a photographer at the Guardian newspaper, had been leaving the building just before 3 p.m. and saw a military vehicle parked outside. This was at the time Skeet was participating in the interview. When the photographer returned an hour later, he asked the soldiers about their purpose but got no answer. It was only as the photographer was walking past the interview, he overheard Skeet saying that soldiers were looking for him. Moments later, a caller to the Guardian claimed a bomb was in the building and threatened that everyone would be killed if they did not leave. All staff left the building and Skeet also left undetected. While police cordoned off the area in front of the Guardian newspaper building, at one point someone dressed as a homeless man was allowed to walk past the police team. Management has told the investigating team that they believe that man was operating as an undercover soldier and has provided the investigating team with a series of photos of the man in question. The investigating team is now seeking to determine, 1, if the men who appeared in military garb prior to the bomb threat were in fact military officers, and 2, if they breached any military rules by their actions. If in fact they were, there are other questions to be answered. 1, why are soldiers seeking to detain a civilian when the police have already stated they have no interest in him? And 2, who called in the threat and why? The management of Guardian Media Limited has told the investigative team that they are willing to cooperate in these investigations. Samson Nanton, CNC3, Port of Spain.
Well, the issue raised in the Senate today as opposition Senator Faris Al-Rawi questioned why soldiers continue to investigate matters independently of the police.
Yesterday, the Guardian News Media Center, CNC3, the Guardian newspaper, 9 radio stations were shut down. Today I've received about 10 phone calls from the media asking me to comment on the fact that soldiers, as they say, went into the media center and were conducting searches and looking for someone involved in and allegedly involved in the murder or killing of a soldier. They said that the soldiers came in with no police. They say that they sped in and soon after a bomb threat was issued and it cleared the house. Mr. President, I didn't hear the fact of the Defense Force being allowed to conduct investigations of the kind that the police can. We have heard nothing from the Honorable Attorney General about the now infamous soldier police bill, if I can call it that, the amendment to the Defense Act.
Well, the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment is responding to the incident that took place yesterday at the Guardian building. The regiment sent a statement just a short while ago, and let me just read a bit of what they are saying. It says, the Defense Force condemns any threat or act of terrorism against any person or organization and categorically refutes any involvement in the bomb threat against Guardian Media Limited, as it emphasized that it has a symbiotic relationship with members of the media. It also says that contrary to reports, soldiers did not rush into the Guardian building, but instead drove into the car park, and this is proven by CCTV footage which it acquired. The defense also goes on to say that it is critical to emphasize that the regiment has thoroughly investigated matters of claims of abuse at the hands of soldiers, and it will continue to investigate those matters.
Meanwhile, the mother of Dylan Banley Skeet, the man being sought by soldiers, is pleading with the police to step in and stop what she insists are illegal actions. Salaka Skeet says her son is being wrongfully targeted. Reporter Urvashi Tuwari Rupnarayan and cameraman Timothy Shasu have been following this story and bring this report.